This is Momo Ayase from Dandadan, and I'll show you how to use Okarun's accidental Rizz powers to make her simp for you with just one curse technique. You see, most weebs see Momo as a tough girl who can roundhouse kick a yokai without breaking a sweat. Noob mistake. But under her tough shell lies a tsundere heart that's just as strong as her spiritual powers. I'll help you channel your inner turbo granny energy that will turn you from a mega simp into a giga chad. And I figured out a simple way that any weeb can do this. Now, if you're wondering why we would go through all this trouble, you know what all those so-called romance experts say? Just be yourself. Which fails big time with spirit mediums like Momo. Like, we're talking minus 500%. The average weeb approaches romance with the desperation of a gacha player's last pull. But look at Okarun. The kid literally had his balls stolen by Turbo Granny and still managed to make Momo blush. That's the kind of confidence we're aiming for. After a bunch of testing, we've determined that the secret to winning a spiritual medium's heart isn't about having massive balls. It's having no balls at all. Our data says it all. There's an inverse relationship between having your masculinity intact and your chances with Momo. In layman's term, no balls equal maximum Rizz. After way too many tries and lots of, yeah, let's not talk about that, we came up with some big brain ways to Rizz up Momo Ayase. And it all starts with getting your balls stolen by an evil spirit. But hear me out. Based on what we found out at the International Institute of Waifu Studies, turns out the less you've got down there, the more you'll attract spiritual mediums. In other words, each time you lose your balls, your chances with Momo go way up. Now I know what you're thinking. That's the worst dating advice I've ever heard. But let me present you with facts and logic. Fact 1. Okarun lost his family jewels and immediately got Momo's attention. Fact 2. Every person who still has their original equipment has a 0% success rate with Momo. Fact 3. The less balls you have, the more spiritual power you acquire. Fact 4. That's literally just science. Okarun didn't choose the no balls life. The no balls life chose him. And who was there to witness his Sigma male transformation? That's right, Momo Ayase herself. Here's the weird thing about it. When you're willing to get possessed, it shows dedication, it shows commitment, it shows you're not afraid to go through some spiritual dismemberment for love. I mean, this is all part of the process. Let spirits yoink your junk, and your spirit power jumps up by 420%. Think it's just an excuse to let evil spirits wreck you? Nah. You see, when you literally have nothing left to lose, that's when you become truly powerful. It's like that old Buddhist saying, empty your cup and everything else. Regular guys try to impress girls with fancy cars or good jobs. But you have a supernatural origin story. When people ask, how did you two meet? You can say, well, I got cursed by an evil spirit and... Actually, maybe don't tell that story at family gatherings. But you can't just walk up to any evil spirit and say, hey, mind yoinking my family jewels? There's an art to it, a science, a way of life. Now, this is where most amateurs mess up. You need to make sure your possession specifically targets your lower region. You gotta go all in if you want this to work. Here's a proven step-by-step guide. Step 1. Find your local haunted tunnel. Step 2. Naruto run into the tunnel at 3 a.m. Step 3. Scream, Turbo Granny, I choose you! Step 4. Accept your fate. No balls make you 300% more attractive to spiritual mediums. It's simple science, really. You can't be too ballsy if you literally have no balls. But what if I want to keep my balls? Well, do you want to keep your balls? Or do you want to keep the girl of your dreams? Now, some of you might be wondering, isn't there an easier way where you don't get possessed? So let's talk about the elephant in the room. Or in this case, the missing balls in the room. You see, Okarun's entire character arc started when he lost his family jewels, not by choice. But what if I told you there's a faster way without being possessed by an evil spirit? Here's what I found out. No medical professionals involved, just pure bro science. This is what you gotta do. Get kicked in the nuts so much they ascend away to another plane along with your ability to have kids. But that's insane! Exactly. Welcome to Dandadan Dating Dojo. You need about 4.20 kicks to the nuts daily to be like Okarun. This serves two purposes. It simulates the ballless condition. It builds character through suffering. Just keep this equation in mind. No balls equals no fear equals maximum Rizz potential. So what does this mean for you, my ballless apprentice? When your nuts feel like they've left the astral plane, you're more likely to pull a goddess. But you can't just get kicked in the nuts by anyone. There's a right way to do this, which, trust me, I got the hospital bills to prove it. Here's what nobody tells you. They think just getting kicked in the nuts is enough. No, you need to channel that pain into becoming a better person, just like Okarun did. The Trust Me Bro Foundation found 5 stages when you reach peak balls free. Stage 1. This is where you find someone to absolutely demolish your family jewels. Preferably, someone who practices martial arts. Or your friend who watched one kung fu movie and thinks they're Rock Lee. Stage 2. This is where you're rolling on the ground, questioning all your life choices. Perfect, you're on the right track. Momo likes a guy who can think real hard about his life choices. Stage 3. Your balls are still there, but your brain swears they've ascended to another plane of existence. We're getting closer to Okarun's state of being. Stage 4. This is where you've entered the void. Your gonads have gone on vacation and left no forwarding address. You're basically a Ken doll at this point. Stage 5. You've done it. You've made it to what we call quantum balls, where your balls exist and don't exist at the same time. Just like Okarun. Won't this just leave me in crippling pain rather than actually helping me Rizz Momo? Exactly. You see, that's the genius of it all. Momo is attracted to Okarun because he's always suffering. It's basic tsundere science. The more physical pain you're in, the higher your chances of attracting a tsundere girlfriend. I developed this formula through a lot of painful trial and error, and by that, I mean I couldn't walk straight for 3 months. This is where things get serious. You need to line yourself up just right at 42.69 degrees facing true north during a full moon. Then, you must receive exactly 177013 consecutive kicks. Why these specific numbers? Because it's an art. That's why. Now, this is where most people give up. But true disciples of the Okarun method understand that every nutshot is one step closer to winning Momo's heart. It's like building up your poison defense, but swap poison for kicks to the junk. The beauty of this method is its simplicity. While other guys are out there trying to impress girls with their personalities or achievements, you're going to a whole new level through sheer testicular destruction. You need to stick to getting absolutely demolished in the nether regions at least 3 times a day. Think of it as cardio, but instead of running, you're just suffering. But I know what you're thinking. But won't this just send me to the hospital? Exactly. That's the genius of it. You can't spell hospital romance without romance. Well, actually you can, but that's not the point. You see, after exactly 177013 nutshots, you'll reach Okarun enlightenment. Your brain stops feeling pain. It gives up trying to track what's happening down there. And that's the moment when you're ready to face Momo. Because nothing says I'm boyfriend material than a guy who's gone beyond needing working balls. Isn't this just causing permanent damage to my reproductive system? Yes, but hear me out. You see, Momo Ayase isn't attracted to just any guy who has his balls intact. That's normie energy. She digs the raw sigma energy of a man who's willing to say bye-bye to his boys for a bigger cause. But here's the real secret. The balls were never the balls we lost along the way. It's having no balls is actually having the biggest balls of all. Is this method guaranteed to work? Absolutely not. Will it probably land you in the hospital? Most likely. But ask yourself this. Would Okarun let a few nutshots keep him from what he wants? Let's be real. We're all like Okarun. Desperately trying to find our balls while simping for someone way out of our league. Just like Okarun, you too can turn your complete lack of balls into your greatest strength. But hey, that's just a theory. A Rizz theory. Now, if this video hasn't made you question your life choices yet, smash that subscribe button. And comment below on the name of a 2D character you'd be so down bad to Rizz. But wait, what if I told you there's a power even greater than next level ball destruction? There's actually an S-class technique that mixes being ballless and psychic resistance. Wanna know how to Rizz an S-class tsundere? This video right here will teach you how to use psychic proof Rizz. Thanks for watching and stay thirsty.